Okay, let's go ahead and roast some more lo-fi until my brain explodes. Starting off with Mr. McFrosty, Eternal Jazz. Let's take a listen.
Well, that's possible, but jazz transcends that. Jazz transcends life and death as we know it on this planet.
I'm gonna skip ahead. Okay.
I'm optimistic about the soul.
So it's fine. You got the 2-5-1 chords. You got the slow, stoned drums. You got the vocal sample. You got maybe even a nice little saxophone at the end there. So ticks all the boxes. Doesn't do much more that's remarkable. Kind of standard lo-fi stuff. But, solid work. It fulfills what I'm looking for. It's, solidly lo-fi. Okay. It's like the Whopper of lo-fi. All right, let's keep going. Cue anime girl. All right. Okay, so you just told me that it's not lo-fi in the description. It says may not be strictly lo-fi. So if you know that, why did you submit it? Oh gosh. All right. Okay, so yeah, definitely not lo-fi. You were right. Okay, let's keep going. Here's my submission. I made this in 10 minutes because I'm leaving for work in an hour and forgot to cut off the vinyl SFX at the end, so the song isn't actually 2:30. Enjoy. Okay, 10-minute lo-fi jam. Take a listen. Pixel is right, these shades will increase my muscle mass by at least 8%. Hopefully also my tolerance for lo-fi music. Hey, for 10 minutes is not bad. It's not really using the kind of chord structures that I'm talking about in my video, but it sounds nice. Not bad for 10 minutes at all. Obviously, it sounds like you've made this in 10 minutes, so, it's not really super remarkable in any way, but it is lo-fi, so I'm going to give you a big ol' yes and maybe a nice little cat. Okay, here's my lo-fi submission, no samples all played in. Take a listen. Okay, very lo-fi. Oh, this is funky. Oh. Oh, fuck with this. fucking sick, bro. Super funky. Reminds me of The Count, like Pixel X says. Also, another artist by the name of Devin Who. Really good. I love that sexy, smooth saw bass. Love the swing on the drums. Love the sort of ultra compressed sound of it. Very, very funky. I love the little synth flourishes you have every once in a while. So I love it. I think that was really, really well done. So thank you for that. Thank you, Luhu. Okay, very much newly interested in producing music. All right, let's take a listen. Okay. All right, well, there's not much to say on that. I don't know exactly what that was. So I'll give you a yes, just for the hell of it. Let's keep going. Got Davin S. Made on GarageBand on my phone in 30 minutes. Made last minute because I decided to do the competition last minute. Not that great. IMO lol. Well, at least you're honest with yourself. Let's take a listen. Yeah, come to me for all your mediocre grade speed needs. Harness the power of my forehead to skip ahead in this track. Okay, well, I don't know if this is exactly lo-fi because the drums are very, very trappy. There's some dissonance in your chord progression. Doesn't quite sound like the sort of 2-5-1 stylings that I'm describing in the video. Also, your solo is pretty wacky. It looks like it had some of my medium grade speed that I offered. Right, just seems to sort of go all over the place there. But it seems like the bass is listening to the chords on top, and I like the sound of the bass. Just that last diminished chord that you're ending the progression on is quite dissonant. So, once again, not really sure if it's entirely lo-fi, and there's some dissonance in the chords along with a little bit of a too crazy solo. But I'll still give you a yes. Yeah, okay. Alright, Artoya made this last night. Okay, so looks like all of these are going to be the last minute submissions that people did not really put much thought into, but let's cut through them real quick. I think the drums are really working. They sound really cool. I love the sort of kind of jingle jangle of the the keys on top. Sounds like a car keys jingle jangling. The drums sound really nice. Very lifelike. I like the drum sounds there. Overall, I think the vibe though is a little too dark and ambient and spooky for lo-fi music. I know it's Halloween, but to me this feels a little too outside of the sort of expectations I'm having for what lo-fi music is. It's a little bit more than I don't know. It's sort of a particular vibe or emotion as well as a sort of a aesthetic. So cool track though. I really like the drums, um, uh, and I like the ambiance of it, but it just doesn't quite fit in terms of what I'm looking for. Oh, sorry. Okay, big old yes. Let's keep going. Dolphin Huckleberry with Solus. All right. Okay, let's skip ahead a little bit. Doesn't look like we're getting anything different. Okay, so I think the drums are quite solid. The whole aesthetic is very lo-fi. You got the sad piano. Looks like, the speed that I sold you is not working anymore, and it's the first day of November, and things aren't looking that bright. Um, so I think you have the drum aesthetic all good. The piano sounds nice, so it feels lo-fi. I just think the chord progression is a little too dissonant. Seems a little all over the place. Um, Once again, doesn't quite seem like you've taken a look at my video or are following the sort of kinds of chord progressions that I'm looking for. Once again, it doesn't have to literally be a 2-5-1, but it could be some sort of variation or at least some sort of indication that you know what a 2-5-1 is, which we're not quite seeing here. Also, it's pretty much the same thing for 2.5 minutes, which, to be expected for lo-fi, but I am looking for a little bit more here for a contender of the winner of this challenge. So I'll give you a big old yes, but let's keep going. First time trying lo-fi, this was fun. Oh boy. Alright. Okay. Jesus Christ. Holy shit, bro. Oh my god. Alright. Not much to say on that. You still get a yes. Maybe a little quizzical face for me, because I don't really understand what's going on there. Okay, listen to my Garbo warm garbage. Jeez, guys, you are not selling your tracks very well to me. At least you're appropriately lowering my expectations here, so thank you for that, I guess. But let's take a listen. Skip ahead. So, I think the pad or the sound you're using for your chords sounds really nice. It's very lush and, warm, as you put it. I think the drums sound a little dry. They're not super engaging. They don't feel like they have a whole lot of swing and humanity, which, once again, is a big part of the lo-fi aesthetic. The track feels a little empty throughout. Not even quite sure if it fits into the kind of, once again, the vibe, the emotion, the jazziness. That's really what I'm looking for, the jazziness that is such a big part of lo-fi. So aesthetically, sort of fits, but I would say not really. So give you a big old yes. Thank you for that. Warm piece of garbage. Made a super rush loop, but here goes. All right. Not lo-fi. Jeez, okay, we're really we're really getting to the dredges here. Not mixed and mastered to the fullest, but here's my John. All right, here we go. Fat Daddy, you are being really obnoxious. Please take a chill pill or leave the chat. Not cool, bro. Okay. With regards to this track, I mean, it's got the lo-fi harmonies. It feels like it's doing the 2-5-1, so that's all good. Super slowed out, stone drums, all that. I think it's unique that you do the sort of trap hi-hat plus snare fill at the end of each phrase. That was kind of cool. So more or less checks all the boxes. I feel like it still feels a little bit flat. I think you could do with like a little bit more side chaining, a little bit more texture, a little bit more compression. It just feels like it doesn't quite have enough life or movement to it. Could be the lack of anime girls in it. So technically I think it fulfills sort of at least the harmonies that I'm looking for, which is good. But I think you could do more in the span of 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Or just make it really short. Helps me. Probably wouldn't skip ahead. Okay, let's keep going. All right. That was fucking dope, man. So excellent 251 progression. Um, really awesome guitar. I love the drums. Felt super lively. The mix felt full. Um, it felt really, really pretty. All the elements there were working really well. Sometimes it felt like the sort of grain delay effect that you had, the super bright, twinkly sound was maybe a little bit much. Maybe the grain delay could be turned down. It felt like it was about to sort of spill over into messiness there. But for the most part, excellent work. Um, Super dope vibe. Fits the aesthetic quite well, but takes it further. Funky bass line, all good, bro. All good. Thank you, Patty. Restoring my faith in humanity. I'm going to give you a heart. All right, let's take a listen. That was really nice. I love the orchestral aspect of it. Really beautiful section at the end with the horns. Felt like I was walking down the streets of the New York City. It's like in the 30s or whatever, and I'm like, I'm down on my luck, but I'm looking optimistic. I'm looking at the Empire State Building. I'm like, oh, I could probably ascend to a upper class echelon in my lifetime. That was the whole baby boomer thing. Not so anymore with our millennial generation. Anyways, too much coffee, starting to get political. Um, okay. Yeah, I think everything there worked really well. I think actually the drums perhaps were a little too lo-fi. Everything else, like your orchestral elements, were all super lush and big and beautiful. But the drums, I felt like didn't quite match in terms of their aesthetic. So I know technically we're all going for lo-fi here, which means our elements should sound shitty and old. But you could also go for hi-fi lo-fi, which is retaining the aesthetic, the grittiness, but still making it bump. Um, I think you should really develop this. I think this is a really promising start. So lots of potential. I'm excited to hear more from you, Byun Joe. All right, let's keep going. More simple kind of stuff. Take a listen. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. All right, so got all the tropes there. You got the sad piano with the tape warble. You got the stone kind of drums. Uh, Harmonically, it feels jazzy enough. So it's all solidly there. You've checked all the boxes. Still feels a little flat. I think you could learn a thing or two from the mix in this one right here. Notice how everything felt just full, very wide. Once again, still had the grittiness, but also kind of felt modern as well. And I think here, I think the thing that's stopping it from really popping is the mix, really. Really making sure your kick and bass are punching through, making it sound full and wide and big and beautiful. Because I think musically it's pretty much all there. You could just do more to develop the mix and maybe just utilize a couple reference tracks to sort of see how you're stacking up there. But yeah, here's a big yes. Might have already given you one. Here's another. Okay, let's keep going. Hope you gamers like my stuff.
先輩、まだ帰ってないよね。もう部活終わってるはずなのに。
Okay, cute anime girl. Here we go. Okay, well, solid start, I guess. Did felt sort of underdeveloped. For example, you could have added a bass, a lead. You could have made the drums more active. I think this is just sort of the bare minimum here. Um, Once again, solid start. It felt very lo-fi. Just I wish you took the time to develop more. So got the aesthetic right though. So I'll give you a big yes. All right, let's keep going. This is the last one. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit. So, yeah, solid stuff there. I'm of two minds about the drums. I sort of like the development and the feel of them. They feel big and modern. Some of the drum sounds I'm not sure about. So, for example, sometimes you layer the snare with what sounds like a Donald Doug, Donald Duck like quack sound, and sometimes they feel a little too unquantized and perhaps maybe too hi-fi for an otherwise lo-fi song. For example, your piano sounds really muffled and thin. Almost feels like you sampled it. I think you could bring that out to sort of match um, the fullness of the drums. Maybe also simplify your chord progression a little bit. Um, Sometimes it feels like some of the chord choices have been unconventional, but it's not bad. So I'll give you a nice big yes. And holy guacamole, guys! I just went through like 100 lo-fi submissions. Holy fucking shit! I could die happy without ever having to hear another 251 in my life. So here's the deal. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna review the ones that I like the most. Probably pick like a top five. And then I'll post those in the announcements section in uh, the Discord, and whichever one gets the most upvotes will be crowned Lo-Fi King. So thank you all for submitting and participating. Probably actually by far the most turnout we've ever had for a challenge, so thank you for that. By the way, there's another challenge already starting. I think it's going to be announced either today or later today. Yep. So later today, Bean will be announcing the next challenge. So get stoked for that. So yeah, awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day. Have a good weekend. Alrighty. Peace out, y'all.